Okay, so let's find an empty spot here. Let's see. Sunday's Bath. Okay. Let's do a recording right here. Oh. Record. Go. There we go. And record. And we are definitely recording this time. That's beautiful. Okay. Let's do it. What's happening, everybody? What's going on, peoples? It's your boy, smart guy, Big Q, joined by the other smart guy. Hold up, I can't hear you. What happened? Where you went?
Oh, I didn't hear that whole.
Yeah,
boys in the building.
Get it together.
I had mute on.
Get it together.
I'm already messing up.
Get it together, Keyan, please.
I'm already messing up. I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry.
It's all gravy.
I know it sounded weird too.
Welcome to the Smart Guys Tech Podcast. It's gonna be on Wednesday, weekly Wednesday night. No, we can't do that no more. We can't.
Monday. Monday
night, right? Weekly Monday night. Guy. Joshua AB is in the building. Hey, Keyan, we had a pretty dope week for the Smart Guys fam, the Smart Girls fam, right? You know what I mean?
That's right.
A lot of cool stuff happened with some of our fam, right? And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it for a second. So, let me get this right here real quick, so we can talk about this. All right. So, Kim, before we get into the pleasantries, right? Before we get into the pleasantries, right? We have congratulations on deck. We have congratulations in order. You know what I'm saying? You know, our smart guys fam has got a little bit bigger. Christina Cooper. We can't even say Christina Cooper no more. You know,
that's not her name. That's not her name no more, man.
It's not her name no more. It's crazy, right? So, congratulations, Christina, on your nuptials. We are definitely happy for you. Keyan, what you think about it, man? She growing up on
no, I love it. Christina's long time friend.
Yeah.
Long time smart girl.
Yes.
Like you were saying earlier, our second smart girl to get married.
Yes. You become a smart girl, you find your soulmate. I'm just telling you, it happens.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. That's right.
Again,
so congratulations, Christina. I know you're like on your honeymoon.
Yeah. So she popped into the chat real quick. She was like stopping in to say hi. Listen, we ain't gonna hold you because you got things you need to be doing. You have wifely duties that you need to attend to right now. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? So you go ahead and do that. We will catch you. We will catch you next week. You know what I'm saying? But congratulations again, Christina Johnson. Is it right? Is that right?
Christina Johnson, I think.
Christina
yes,
Johnson.
sure.
Congratulations. Anyway, Keyan, with that out of the way, what's been going on with you, bro? What's been happening?
Hey, man. Y'all know what we're doing this week. We're pouring up the wine. We have to make this classy.
All right.
Classy, smart guys. But what's been going on with me this week? I don't think anything super big. I'm getting ready for, clients coming in. Yeah. I've got a new lens I just bought. Awesome. That's always exciting for me.
Yeah.
And I like that shirt. Speaking of that shirt, did you see Andre? He started his company, Andre 3000, and he's starting to sell shirts and posters and hoodies. But his hoodie is selling for $150.
Yeah, man. And look, Andre, 3 stacks, man. That's when rap started kind of moving this way down south. Outkast is one of them groups that kind of got my attention early on. Andre, a legend in my opinion. I know it's a whole conversation for a whole nother time, but Andre 3000 is legendary in my opinion. And congratulations for the start. But listen, man, if Tommy and Versace and all these other people can charge whatever they feel like they charge for the gear and people still rock it, stacks. 3 stacks, put whatever you want to on it, man. Who cares? You know? So I don't care.
I mean, I want to rock it, but I don't know if I can afford it. That's all I'm saying.
Right, absolutely. You know,
that's my second favorite rapper of all time.
Yes, 3 stacks, man. Some good stuff, man. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, listen, I don't like to put a damper on things because, we have fun here on the Smart Guys podcast, man. But
all the time.
Man, work has been crazy this week, man. Like, Keyan, let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel like when you at work with your peers, right? And I don't want you to call nobody out because we don't do that here. But do you ever sometimes feel like, that sometimes, you might have slipped up and ended up in like the slow class? Do you ever look around and be like, damn, how did I get here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I sometimes, like, basically what it's coming from is like, part of my job is like shooting, like, stuff with, people's Samsung devices and whatnot. And we have this company chat, and it's all the Samsung experience consultants for the East Coast, right? All the way up from, New York all the way down to like Florida, right? And I think some of the Midwest stores too, I'm not sure. It's like, but anyway, it's a big team of us, right? And first of all, I'm not used to being on a team that size, right? The team that we used to have pre-pandemic was like 11 of us, I think it was, at the biggest, right? And then I think it shrunk down right before they started sending us home with like 8 of us, right? And we got a chance to know each other pretty well. We're kind of on the same page. We could finish each other's thoughts. It was beautiful. Man, I look at this chat sometimes, especially this week, and I saw some of the things that was going on. And some of the so-called problem solving that was happening, and I was just like, man, who hired these people? How did they get through it? How did the application get to the how did they get to
man, I worked at some manufacturer, some companies. I don't know if I should put my business out there. I'm not, maybe some people know. I worked with some companies before, and they hire people who've never used their products. I'm just why? They don't know anything about it. Right. So how are you supposed to sell a computer and you've never used this computer before? Right. So, I don't know.
Yeah, this week has been rough, man. Like we had, customers who just been, customers is a whole different story. Because I love all my clients, I do. And if any of my clients happen to run across my guys' podcast, and you know who your Samsung guy is at your local place, and it happens to be me, don't take this the wrong way. But listen, some of y'all just need to stick with the flip phone or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you don't need like just because you think you need a Galaxy Note, don't mean you need to be rocking one. If you got to come and see me
definitely
every single day, and the first thing I did, I'm like, what did you back up? I don't know how to do that. Did you check the content? I don't know how to do that. Like, come with me just so you can send a picture to your cousin. Come on, man. We gotta do better. We gotta do better.
Yeah. Before I comment, it looks like our stream is pretty choppy.
Yeah.
What's up, Jeffrey? I haven't talked to you in forever.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming through though. Mm-hmm. But look at that stream quality. Audio seems to be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I'm glad in my company we have automatic backup because sometimes people, people really need stuff to be on by default sometimes.
Man, I am trying to tell you, it's been, boy, like, usually I enjoy what I do, and it makes me feel good to be able to help people and show them things about technology that they normally probably wouldn't understand. But sometimes it gets to a point where, man, like, it gets frustrating because, like, I don't think people are actually listening to us. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they listen to us. Let me see if I bring some of these here. Come through a little clear. I just kind of got rid of a few things here, so that might help us out. But we'll see. But yeah, man. So that's what's been happening with me. It's been like I said, been dealing with the customers doing the work thing, trying to figure all that out. And so I don't know, but that's been me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So hopefully,
work a lot.
Me bringing those resources down, and maybe that'll help the stream out to get a little better. That's what I was talking about before we pressed go. I was like, something ain't right. But yeah, see, it's It's like going at 1 frame per second, but that's okay. I can't stop it now. It's going down. Anyway, Keyan, I never like one thing that happened at work today. What worked this week was cool. Joshua AB, who you probably saw pop in the chat earlier, he's one of the dudes. One of the dudes that I work with, and it was me and the client was talking first, and then Josh kind of came in and chimed in. And we had some other, people kind of chime in the conversation. We was talking about the quality of our media over the years as technology has gotten so much better. Why are we accepting lower quality? Me and you going to discuss that tonight, okay? We're gonna talk about it. Because the conversation that we had yesterday or the day before got super heated, and people call me a snob for whatever reason. But, I know you're
bougie.
Well, you're kind of close to me when it comes to this stuff, so I know that we're probably going to be kind of on the same page. The first thing I want to talk to you about tonight, though, man, and I think we've had this discussion before, but look, I'm tired of, number one, customers running up on me asking me this, and two, seeing all the blog sites talking about this when there's no confirmations, right? I'm talking about the quote-unquote demise of the Samsung Galaxy Note series, right? It seems like every year we talk about this, right? And how everybody they seems to think the Note is dying, that it's getting killed off. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you. So that's what we're gonna start tonight, right? Y'all cool with this?
Let's start. Yeah. I had this conversation with my mom recently. Okay. She is a huge she's a Samsung fan. Yeah. She likes the Notes. That's all she gets. She doesn't like the Galaxy S series. Mm-hmm. But then this Galaxy S 21 came out, and then they announced, you can use the pen. Yeah. The pen doesn't come with the phone. Right. You buy it extra. You can buy a case to hold it if you want to have that particular case. And everybody's like, the Galaxy S can use the S Pen. Now the Note's obsolete. And I'm thinking that's not the only thing. That's not the only reason you buy a Note. Like you got bigger battery, bigger display, better internals. Like it's the first phone with all like the new specs that come out in the middle of the year. Right. Because the S series comes out in the beginning of the year. Yeah. So it's not like you're just buying a phone just for a pen. And I know, like, some people don't even use it. I know whenever I've had a Note in my hand, I usually don't use a pen. Right. My iPad, I don't use the Apple Pencil that much. Like, I bought it, and I always think, like, dang, did I even need to buy it? But, like, that's not the reason you're buying a Note. You're buying a Note because it's big and beautiful and fast, and it lasts all day. Yes. And it usually has, like, the best of the cameras, too. Yeah. So, I personally don't think the Note is dead. I definitely think there's definitely one coming this year. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I haven't looked at the leaks or anything. I don't do that anymore. There's definitely one coming this year. It might be phasing out. Maybe they will make one grandiose line of like a mini phone, a regular phone with no pen, and then a big phone with the pen, and just have it all in one line. Yeah. That's not this year. That's like 2 years down the line, at least. Yeah, I think so too. The thing is, check this out. So you were saying, and kind of like when we were working together, that's kind of what it was. There was a clear, division between the S series phone and the Note series phone. There was most of the time they had different chipsets, different designs. They were different, but as you know, we saw that line started to get a little bit blurry. You know what I mean? So it ended up being where the S series phone would come out at the beginning of the year. It would be sporting the fresh new chipset, and then we would see that chipset get passed down to the Note. And then basically your Note is just your S Pen. I mean your S series with an S Pen, right? And that kind of thing. Right. But what I like to bring to the conversation was last year, right? 2020, for example. The S21 Ultra comes out, and it's a monster, right? It's destroying everything spec-wise on paper before the pandemic came and crushed everybody's hopes and dreams, right? Had all these crazy cameras, 108 megapixel, 150,000 zoom or whatever. You know what I mean? It's crazy, right? But what was the deal, right? The focus was all weird, and it was being crazy, right? And then when the Note came out later, with the same camera chassis, same camera setup, they fixed it. They made it better. They gave it a laser focus, and they tightened it up, and now it was still sporting the same chipset. But of course, and then they made the storage smaller, obviously, right? But same chipset, improved camera, right?
new software. So that was the difference now, right? Then of course the battery actually in the S21 Ultra was actually bigger than the one that's in the Note 21, the Note 20 Ultra, but that's a different story for a different day. So, but again,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say, see it from that picture, I can see why people are like, "Oh, the Note's dying."
Right,
I can see it from that route.
Yeah, right. And then, of course, we're talking about Galaxy Z, right, which is the fold line, right? So, according to bloggers and to these people who write these stories, they believe that the addition of the S Pen to the fold line will make it the be all end all. That's the one that they want to crown the king. And so the fold will get absorbed in. I mean, the Note will get absorbed into the fold. Now, this is what I like. This is what I find intriguing.
Okay.
This is what I find intriguing. I find a foldable device with an embedded S Pen that has all the features that the current S Pen has: remote control, Bluetooth, and all that. Unlike the S21 Ultra's S Pen, which it can't do any of those things. I find that intriguing. I mean, I think that might be something that I might be interested in. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, yeah, you just brought up like a Note Fold.
Yeah.
Would be pretty dope. I even told myself, like, if I were to go back to Android ever, what is it? I don't know what it's called, the Z Fold 2, the Fold 2.
Yes.
I don't know what letter it has, but the Fold 2 would be my phone. Like,
yeah.
I love Google, I love the Pixel devices, but I played with the Fold in Best Buy one day, and I was just like, it's definitely not a bad phone. I don't know if I'm trying to pay $2,500 or $2,000, but it's a nice phone.
Right, and that's where it gets weird, and also there's also that cult following that the Note has, right? I believe seriously that Note people, myself included, will pay the Note tax if the Fold phone can deliver the same quality performance that we are used to with the Note series phones. If that phone can blow all this competition away and do everything that Samsung says they can do, without no problems, without no glitches, without no failing autofocus or no exploding batteries or none of this weird stuff, right? $2,000. I mean, clearly I would probably do it like on a trade-in or something, but at that point I'd be paying somewhere around what, $1,100, $1,000 for it or whatever, right? Depending on what the trade-in value.
Oh, with the trade-in,
the trade-in values are kind of going up if you stay with Samsung. Like usually, if you stay with Samsung, they kind of reward you. Like they've been doing it for the last 2 years at least. So they give you crazy amount for your trade-in, right? If you're an annual guy, if you're an annual person, right? So if they give me $800 or $900 for my Note 20, yeah, I'll pay $1,100 for that phone. I'll do it without even thinking about it.
But without the trade-in, you're going to pay $2,000 for a Note Fold?
Absolutely not. If I was new to the game, I just had to be on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do it.
So what do you think? You think in 2 years or so, you think the Note's going to be gone, and then it's just going to be like a Note Fold type of device, and then a Galaxy S type of device?
I am torn. A part of me kind of like hold on to traditions, and I like to see like things continue to build legacy. That's kind of what I like, and because there's other companies who have legacies behind their products. Like I don't really like to say too many positive things about Apple because I don't like to do that. But when you think of Apple, you think of legacy, right? The iPad has legacy. The iPhone has legacy. Oh, yeah. The iPod has legacy. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't, like Google would never have legacy on nothing because they give up. Like Stadia ain't even at the womb yet, and they ready to kill it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, that's kind of like that's half the reason why I love Google, man. I love you guys so much.
Oh my God,
you have as many alive products as you have dead products. Like, come on.
You know what I mean? Can you imagine what the Google Graveyard look like though? The Google Graveyard
is terrible.
Yeah, for real. I'm just thinking like on top of my head, like Hangouts and Google Plus. Remember Google Plus and
Google Plus was amazing though. I would say Google Plus was the best thing.
Man, a lot of things that Google killed off was pretty good though. Your boy Josh in the comments, he was showing me some recorded footage that he recorded on his phone from him playing Stadia, and it outperformed Xbox Game Pass on my Note. He played on the iPhone. He had it on the iPhone 12, and I was showing him what it looked, playing it on the Xbox Game Pass on the Samsung Note 20, and I mean his his gameplay footage, I mean, like 60 FPS, it held up magnificently.
Stadia is good. I used it for like a trial, 3-month trial period. It was nice. It wasn't necessarily for me, but like I could see the appeal. I can see why it's there, like what it's used for.
Right.
And Jeffrey in the comments, I met him on Google Plus before I met him in person.
Wow.
Google Plus too. That's right.
Google, I remember Google. Man, I spent so much time on Google Plus. Like, oh my God, Google Plus was the joy, yo. Like, why did it die? Like,
we never connected on Google Plus. I mean, I guess we connected. That's fine.
Right, I guess that's what it was. But if it wasn't for you, I probably would have never even knew what Google Plus was. Though. I probably would have never knew what that was. You know what I mean? But again, legacy, right? Like Google don't care about no legacy. The Pixel will never have a legacy because I guarantee you, we've probably seen the last of that phone too. We probably have, right?
I don't know. I mean, what was it? I think the 5 got less. It was either the 4 was worse than the 3, or the 5 was worse than the 4, and that just kind of tarnished the name. And all the budget versions of the Pixel are like super great. So it's like, how is your low end version doing amazing, but your high end version not?
Right.
You know, there's a lot of things going on.
But see, I think, but maybe they're trying to build the fact that they want to be the Motorola of maybe like the mid to high end tier, because
Motorola still makes phones.
Right, but of course, but like Motorola, they the mid tier guys. Like once you get past their, what's Motorola's best offering? Z, which is a Verizon exclusive, right?
I have no idea. I
think it is, right?
I know their top end phone is like what, $300-$400.
Right.
Like that's what they're building for
maybe
now.
Like $400 maybe. But once you get past that, you have to jump right into that premium. Now you into your iPhone, now you into your Samsung Galaxy. It's still a $300 gap there, right? So Pixel fits in there. You know what I mean? Like, so people are like, well, I don't want to be broken by that Motorola, but I can't really afford the Galaxy or the iPhone. That your Pixel is, right? But I don't think it's long. I don't think it's long for the war, bro. I don't think it is, right? I just got a feeling it's getting rid of it.
I remember Google had it going with the Nexus phones, $200, $300, $400, best phone in the market.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that was amazing. It's pretty good, you know. And if things had turned the way they did, like that last Nexus line that was a split between the two, and 2 different companies made the hardware. See, I was probably I was in that point where
5X and the 60.
Yeah, I was about ready to kind of, because you made those Nexus phones look fly. I ain't even gonna lie. You did. You gotta have one of those really, really bad. You know?
Good old days.
But then when I saw that split, I was like, oh, I don't like this. You know, I don't like it. But coming back to it, I think the legacy part is the part that I'm cheering for. I want to see Samsung build a legacy around something, okay? Like, I mean, we're trying to get a legacy around S. I mean, S been around forever, but its beginnings are so crappy that, like, look, that series phones came a long way. I ain't even gonna lie, right? I remember the S2 and 3 and 4.
Oh, same.
Yeah, so that was pretty rough.
Same.
You know, so, but kill off, and especially now that you got something that does have a hardcore following, no people will buy no phones. Like you put a no phone out, just like people will be like, why people keep buying iPhones? It's the same phone over and over and over again. It's because it's an iPhone. That's what they like, right? They gonna buy it.
You have your iPhone following, you have your Note following, and then the small nerd community, whatever they're rocking, like they will be there.
Yeah,
it may not be enough to keep things going, but like the iPhone community is going to keep iPhone going for a long time. Absolutely. Samsung community is going to keep Samsung going for a long time.
And I mean, Samsung then tested the Note folks one time. Back on Note 5 when they removed the SD card slot, and everybody was about to lose their mind. I remember that, right? I don't know if you want to mess with them again, okay? Like leave them folk alone, okay? So
every time they remove something, it's treacherous. It's a test.
But that part of me, says that the Note stays, right? And Samsung wouldn't dare mess with something that has that much legacy. But then the other side of me is watching the way the technology is kind of, no pun intended, unfold, like the way it's kind of going. And it looked like foldable devices are what we had, because what, are we getting bored with a regular slab phone now, or is that not enough?
I'm not. I'm not bought in yet. I'm not bought in yet.
I would rule it out though. That's what I'm saying. I would rule it out. I'm intrigued by it. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's something that I feel like we have to have right now. You know what I mean?
It was not. And I don't. First of all, for me, the size is too similar. Yeah. Like going from the the ones when you fold out, they're too similar. Like my iPad, that's I don't know, 8-inch difference. That's that's a difference.
It's a difference.
These folding phones, it's not different enough.
So I don't know.
I can't really rock it.
At the end of it, I would say I hope Samsung is smart enough not to mess with it. And honestly, I think they can make more money. I think if you had, because you got your S crowd who are just the normal plebes of the world who just want whatever the new Samsung joint is, and they got to be special or specific. It's the new Samsung joint. It's the S, right? Get that, right?
I mean, you got Josh in the crowd. He rocking both the latest iPhone and the latest Samsung.
Right. Yeah.
Oh no, he's not rocking the latest Samsung.
No. He has.
He's like 2 years behind.
Yeah, he's like last year's model. Yeah. Which he loves. I want to talk about it every day at work. He loves that phone. But
okay.
But yeah, so and he got he has an iPhone 12, and he carries both every day faithfully, right? I could never do that, but that's beside the point, right? But again, I think you can do the S. I think you can do the Note, and I think you can always have that ballerific top end swagged out. I'm the man when I walk in the building because I got a phone that folds out. Dudes who want to swag, let them buy $2,200 phone. Let them, it's a market for it.
I mean, my thing is, and it's like it's the way I live. Like I'm not one of the super minimalists that have like nothing on my walls and everything's gray and brown. That's not me. Mm-hmm. But I'm definitely more for like the lesser barcodes. Like have a mini phone, a regular phone, the maxi phone, and then the foldable baller edition. Like just have 4 phones. Samsung's not like that. Right. Samsung has a phone for whatever budget you have. Absolutely. Whatever feature you need, whatever folding or non you want, pin or don't want the pin. You might want the pin later on. Samsung will fill every hole you got. And so I don't think they're going to get rid of the Note series just because of that. Like they make sure that they can cover anybody anywhere.
And and honestly, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's good because it takes the guesswork out of it. So somebody who doesn't have a brand loyalty, they just want whatever. Like they know they got this amount of money to spend on the phone. Well, definitely Samsung gonna be in the conversation because they got a phone that's in the category, right?
They got it.
So that's cool. At the same time, does that water down the legacy of your devices? Because because you know how it used to be, right? And I don't know if it's still like this. I know iPhone people got a certain stigma. They think that they're the upper class because they have Apple. They think that.
Are we not though?
No, you're not. By a long shot, you're not. And they think people who texted them with green text bubbles are beneath them.
It's custom.
Right. So you
peasantry.
But you see the imagery that kind of makes, right? Like so by having because you think the Samsung A series is just the broke man's phone, right? It's the prepaid.
It's like the cheaper version,
right?
Of the S series.
Yeah, but when people say, "Well, I got a Samsung," like iPhone people automatically, and it's weird because I've seen it happen when we're talking to the customers. Right? Somebody say anything about Samsung, they automatically think of the cheapest pieces of crap that they can think of. But then you show them something like a Note or whatever. Oh, I didn't know Samsung made stuff like that.
I've seen that before. I've seen people before be like, "Yo, I got a Samsung," and they're like, why you got that $200 phone? Like, yo, it's a Note, like 20. It's like this is a $1,500 phone. Like, chill out.
Right.
It's hilarious.
But it comes back to legacy, man. That's what it comes back to. But I don't know. We have to wait and see what happens. Samsung ain't said nothing. So all your Ice Universes and all these people kind of tweet about stuff. I think that's cool to talk about.
Q, you go ahead and leak some stuff if you got some information.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's the reason why I had this podcast, because I don't have no information. Right. So
you want to let us know when the next note's coming out, what it got, just let us know, Q.
No, they'll tell me Jack. Now I know when you know. You know what I'm saying, right? Okay. So that was fun, right? So now we got to talk about. So like I said, me and Josh, and it constantly started being when a client was talking, right? Because it started where the guy was looking at the store and he was like, "Man, there's a lot of space back here. Like, what's why is there so much space back here?" And I said, "Oh, that's where the CDs and DVDs used to be." You know what I mean? And he was like, "Oh,
y'all got empty space?
Yeah, y'all don't sell CDs and DVDs no more." Like, no, I ain't seen a CD or a DVD in I don't know how long.
For real.
And I was like, furthermore, what are you going to play a DVD on? Like, I don't even have anything that actually plays a CD or a DVD at all. Like right. my car doesn't even have a CD slot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't. You know what I mean?
I know. Same here.
Neither one of my computers do. You know what I mean? And I don't own a game system, so, Like I can't.
I have a PlayStation, but I don't remember the last time I put any disc in there.
Right.
Like, so not even CDs.
So that's where the conversation started. And then I was like, well, because they was like, I don't understand how people can just get rid of CDs and DVDs. I was like, listen, you ever heard of an iPod? And it was like, of course I've heard of an iPod. I was like, well, look, here's the thing. The reason why you got all that space back there is because all them CDs, hundreds of thousands of them, fit on something this big, right? And I said the cost of that, though, was a reduction in quality. I said, it's crazy. Apple took it, made it so easy to put all this music together, and gave it the worst sounding output devices that you could possibly think of. And those little.
Let me just say, Apple is not the first MP3 music player.
Sure. But when you think of MP3, when you think of MP3 player or audio player, what do you think of? Do you think of the Microsoft Zoom? Do you think of
the OG?
I had one. It was great, but it was awesome, right? But either way, it doesn't matter whether it was a Zoom or an iPod. The quality didn't go past 48 kilohertz. It was 48K, and it was the max, and that sounds like utter garbage. And the point I'm trying to make, and I want to get your impact on this. The fact that they made it convenient was great, because we had the things where you carry the CDs in the car, and some of y'all might not be old enough to remember this, but we had the CD changes in the trunk back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember that, but it's a device that goes in your trunk, it mounts to your trunk, and you put like 10 CDs in it, and you push a button on your stereo, and it actually changes the CD. I see y'all. Okay, look it up.
I remember that in the front of the car, not in the trunk. No, I remember in the front of the car where you got like 6 CDs in there.
Oh yeah, we had it in the trunk. Google it, y'all young Google it, right? But anyway, right? So
I ain't Googling it. I'm not Googling.
The main thing about it that I'm kind of more arguing is that the convenience part of it I think is great, right? But the quality loss, in spite of the leaps in technology, right? So TVs go from these big old bulky devices to super thin, high resolution displays, and we're still pumping 480p, 1080i at best, 720p max over the air stuff through them. Like most of the content we look at on it, it's sub 1080p. It's terrible. And the fact that
that's cable stuff. That's cable stuff.
Right. And the fact that people they say that's the norm. That's what it's supposed to sound like. I would heard a comment coming from some people that they love Spotify and Apple Music and Pandora and all that BS. The music sounds horrible, right? It sounds incredibly horrible, right? The compression and it's bad, right? Meanwhile, they're trying to sell me the fact that it's convenient, bro. Well, don't worry about it. It's hundreds of thousands of songs at your fingertips. All you gotta do is say, "Hey Google, play blah blah blah," and boom, you listen.
That's right.
You listen to music. But it's like, so it's a trade-off for it. That's what I want to know. Are you cool with the trade-off?
So for me, convenient. It depends on how convenient. If the convenience is like superb, I'm gonna go with convenience over quality.
Okay.
Depending on how much quality loss I'm taking. Now, nowadays, your Spotify, your Apple Music, they're playing, 320K songs for the most part. Apple Music has like a high quality mode, and Spotify is getting a high quality mode soon.
Right.
And so for me, and I'm listening on AirPods like 50% of the time.
Right.
I have some headphones. I have my speakers like they're just regular stuff, smart speakers, smart headphones. So it's whatever. I just need to hear 90% of the sound, 85% of the sound, and I'm good. Right. But to your point, I have been those guys that have bought the DAC and the open air headphones. I've been downloading FLAC files. Like I've been that person,
right?
And you can't hear the difference. A lot of people say, "Oh, you can't hear the difference." Yeah. You can hear the difference.
Definitely,
you can hear stuff you've never heard before.
Absolutely,
and it's great.
Yes,
but I don't want to have 3 devices to hear the hi-hat because I couldn't hear it on my AirPods.
I got you.
The hi-hat didn't make or break the song.
I feel but this is why I get upset, because the little inner musician in me, like, I'm not that great at, the music stuff, right? But I know what kind of work goes into that, right? And I just feel like, why would somebody like Dre or Paul McCartney or Phil Collins or Diplo in your case, right? Well, maybe not Diplo, because he don't actually make music. So not him.
Wow.
So maybe not Diplo.
Keyan's so cute.
I knew that. I don't get you. I knew that was going to stay pretty good. But all the work that goes into it, right? And then the point that really trips me out, they have me on the floor laughing, is when I see people at work. I see two blue shirt associates, Best Buy smart guys, right, talking about quality of wireless earbuds.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God! I'm looking to myself like, what the hell is going on right now? You talking about the quality between AirPods and Galaxy? They both suck. You know what are you talking about?
Hey, as a faithful AirPods user,
come on, man.
It is not the best sound. It's not the best sound. Right, but for me to just click open the case, put them there, I'm not fiddling and setting and Bluetooth and all that.
Yeah.
I don't have to like turn one off when I pick up my iPad because it just automatically goes. So it's too convenient.
So you're trying to tell me, okay, and I got a black girl clap going on right now, right? You know what I'm saying? So you trying to tell me that you would rather go to the grocery store and get the box lasagna, frozen dinner, versus the one that your mom did that she spent 3 hours making with all the good stuff, and you could every bite you can taste the different things that she's done to it. But it took her a long time to make it. But all you have to do is go and put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and boom.
I buy microwave dinners. I buy fast food all the time. Okay. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes I just need convenience. Sometimes, everybody says the Western world is all about instant gratification and all that. Yeah. Sometimes we are. I mean, sometimes I just need to hear sound. I don't need to analyze it. I don't need to hear everything. And I was in band. I love music. You know, me and you go back and forth with music all the time. Like we are there.
Right.
So I understand what goes into like a song. I understand every little it's a lot of work. It's not just let me do some loop, Fruit Loops here, Fruit Loops there, and put them. No, it's not that. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And it kind of sucks for Ruben and Dre and Collins and it sucks for them because they put a lot of work into it and they have to know that a lot of people aren't hearing all of this.
Absolutely.
That's why they try to put out their headphones and like you can hear all the sound.
Yeah.
They know you can't hear all the sound with that stuff, but they put it out anyway.
Yeah.
And it's just like I said, convenience. Depending on how much quality is lost, convenience just beats it.
Because honestly, there's really, I'm trying to make it into a debate, but it's really not. You're right. It's really not a debate, right? Because I thought about it. Right, one of the dudes that I work with, he's an older fella, right, and he's all about his music. He's a true school audiophile. Put thousands of dollars into his audio setup or whatever, right? And because he want to hear every little click of the drum, the snare drum. He want to hear everything. He want to hear the drummers breathing when they get into the heavy stuff, right? He want to hear everything, right? And it costs money to get that kind of quality, right? And then it's the same thing with like the video stuff, right? So talking about the TVs or whatever, they got all these high resolution displays, and then you can buy, I guess, the highest quality consumer level media you can buy right now is UHD discs, right? Mm-hmm. It's like 4K, and it's got like great audio and all this kind of stuff. And you got to have the hookup in order to play it properly, right? Me personally, I would stream the Disney Plus 4K version, knowing that it ain't the same as the disc. It's not, right? It may be 4K in resolution. It might be like the math might be right, but as far as the bit depth and the quality that you're getting coming across, it ain't nowhere close. You know what I mean?
And that's part of the reason why I still have a 1080p TV. I do not have a 4K TV at all. Yeah. And it's just because at the time that I, been moving around and had my old TV, nothing was really in 4K, and if it is in 4K, you're gonna have to pay more for it and set it all up. Yeah. And so if most of the stuff is coming as 1080p, I'm not gonna be wasting time on a 4K UHD TV or an 8K TV,
right?
Because I'm a 1080 guy right now.
but see, it comes back to this, and this is the point that I found very interesting about this whole conversation, is if we okay with it being the bass okay, the highs are right, the resolution is what I mean? the people who create this content, what if they decide to start mailing it in and dialing it back a little bit? Like, people ain't gonna notice that we didn't use, the 16,000 bit depth configuration on this.
Like I said, I feel like you're gonna have those people who live like have everything.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the ones who speak loudly, and you're gonna have 9% of the people be like, "Oh, I didn't even know to change anything."
Like whatever.
And so it's gonna be up to you as your integrity as an artist to see if you feel like you need to go 100% still,
right.
Or I feel like if you're a money guy, like, oh, I'm just trying to make money, you're gonna drop the quality, like, whatever.
Right.
But if you're like, I do this for the love of the music, I do this for the love of the craft, you're still gonna be doing a 1600 bit. Now, I did tell you I want to bring this up when it comes to YouTube.
Yeah.
Despite our YouTube problems that we have going on right now, there are channels, and I'm not gonna name the channels, but there are channels out there with millions of subscribers.
Oh yeah, I know a couple.
And the people who are shooting them, they have the 6K cameras, black magic cameras, red cameras, and the quality looks like I took not my cell phone, but cell phone from 4 years ago. Threw it up. The audio quality, I can hear the echoes and stuff. And I'm like, you guys have 5 million subscribers. You're making videos once, twice a week. I know you have the money because you live in that big house.
Right.
Y'all don't even care enough to get proper mics. Y'all don't care enough to slow it down and use the camera correctly. Y'all don't care enough to have some, and it doesn't matter because the content they putting out, they still have people watching. People okay with it. People know what it, like. You go to your channel, you know what you're coming to see, and I'm just like, it's wild. It's wild to me.
And what's really crazy about that is some of them bringing the quality down intentionally. They do it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like,
and there's guys I watch that are like so like it's just one person, and they'll just do the whole thing themselves. They'll act as like 8 different parts, and they will literally use their phone. And I'm just like, they'll put on wigs to act as a second person. I'm just like, the content is funny, and I guess that's all that matters. The content is good.
Right. I mean, content.
Some people really don't care about the quality of the video, I care more about the quality of the audio more than the quality of the video. Like, I need to hear you.
Absolutely, yes. But
people
now,
don't.
There's another part to that too. Now, maybe they feel like they're capped off by the platform. Like, YouTube only allows you to do certain things. I mean, now you can do 21.
You can put AK on. You can put AK on YouTube.
Oh, you put AK? Oh, I thought it was just 4K was a cap. Oh, you can do AK now?
You can do AK now. It's just not like who's watching AK. Who had AK?
Right. And I guess
I think MKBHD did like an AK project, and so you can watch it.
I remember back in the day, like when we were both doing YouTube real heavy, and he was like, "Yo, bro, my doing this at 4K." I'm like, "Who gives a shit?" Right? Nobody cares. And he was like,
"Hey, man,"
and you was like, "Nah, bro. I mean, this look better than yours because they." I was like, "Dude,
quality used to be it. I was like, yo, I want to have the best of the. That used to be me. I used to want to be the best of the best. Every little thing I had, man.
Yeah, I remember. And it was like they were sitting back. I was like, "Kid, don't nobody really give a shit, bro."
Nobody, right? It all depends on what you're talking about.
But you see how much work you put into that, though, right? And then the first comment is like something that you got nothing to do with the quality. They didn't even recognize the fact that you did all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro. Why you think I'm listening to AirPods right now?
Right.
Why do you think I just got my iPhone right now? Not even the iPhone Pro Max. Like, I don't, hey, man.
But the thing I'm saying is, so what ends up happening in the long run, in my opinion, and I could be wrong about this, but if people are accepting this and saying, hey, look, the AirPods sound fine, the Galaxy Buds sound fine, the TVs that we're watching it on are fine, streaming videos to Disney Plus 4K is fine. Then I just feel like why let the technology can't get better if there's nothing pushing it, there's nothing testing it or because Keyan, like about 5 years ago things used to just be on the edge, man. Like everything was about pushing technology further, and I just feel like we're at a point now where, man, like nobody really care. Like, bruh, I feel like now like the quality of everything, the way everything is and how it's designed is at the point where most people are going to be okay. Like, 95% of the world are fine with it. And now, if anything happens, like 8K or like a sliding foldable phone, that's just happening just because. Somebody was just like, hey, let's try this. Why not? We already know what's going to work, so let's just do whatever we want to do on the other side. Like, this whole push for first it was 3 years ago. It was a race to see who could make the first foldable phone, right? And it was Huawei who beat everybody after the punch, right? They were the first one who had an official foldable when they went to market. Now the race is, and I think this is the most corny thing I've ever seen in my life. The race is to see who can put out the first device that has an invisible, under-display selfie camera. So there's no like, who really cares? Like, I think the nonsense that Apple and Motorola are doing with the notch is dumb. I think putting a little punch hole, it's fine. It don't bother me. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't care about the notch. Like, I don't even recognize my notch anymore. So it's whatever.
I'm not gonna make a big, like, if my phone had a notch, I'm not gonna cry about it. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, why does it have to disappear? And why is it such a big deal to get there first? Like instead of increasing the quality of the actual overall device, they worried about the selfie camera and whether you can see it, whether you can see it or not.
The funny thing is, people cry and scream about battery life until the cows come home, and then companies are just like, I just put my camera underneath your phone.
Absolutely.
And we're just like,
yes.
We don't care. It's just like, I don't care about that.
Or Samsung and the other cat, I think it was Xiaomi, put a motor on it to make the battery die faster by making the motor flip from the camera up, whatever.
Yeah, the camera like rises up and goes like, that makes my phone worse. If I drop it, I might mess up my camera. Like, I just want a thick phone. And everybody's like, yo, we got the thinnest phone out. I don't want that. That's not what I want.
That's not what we're talking about, bro. I just wanted to be better. Like, come on, and it's like nobody cares about that. But I guess at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to people just being okay with it. They're just saying, hey, listen, I would rather it be quick and fast versus having the high, because high quality does come cumbersome. It's clunky. It's a lot of pieces to it. It's a lot. It's expensive, right? I get it, but man, it's sad that we in 2021. And we listening to
and it happens in all fields. Like, me and my friends go back and forth with photography all the time. He's like, I'm not buying this lens until I have the money to buy the GM L series R. Like, bro, like, first of all, are you really going to even, like, your body doesn't mess up? It's whatever. Like, I'm still going to use my $20 lens. And I'm making it.
Absolutely, right?
I'm sure in every field there are some people who are doing the absolute best they can. Yes. And there's people like me, I'm shooting for a B+. I don't need an A.
I'm shooting for B+.
If I can do 50% of the work and still get a good enough grade, like, it is what it is.
It is what it is, But, I don't know. It's just when I see people having those weird discussions about the quality of something that's already low quality to begin with, it just blows my mind. There is no way that two grown folks should be discussing what's better, AirPods or like to me. Every time I see those videos pop up on YouTube, I'm like, what is this? Like, be real.
Yo, if you look at the views, they have the views.
It's the equivalent of comparing wet dog shit to dry crusty dog shit.
I was gonna say McDonald's or Burger King, but okay.
No, that's what it is. It's both crap, right? No matter how you spend it. One is fresh and shiny and new and wet. And
let's say you're going to the mall and you don't really want to talk to somebody, so you want to listen to music all the time. Yeah. Are you going to download a FLAC version of your favorite CD? Are you going to get the accessories? Are you going to bring your high-end headphones? Like, what are you doing? You're not doing all that.
I'm not doing all that.
There's a time and a place for quality.
Okay, that's it. I think that's what it is, right? Because I do have files on my device that are FLAC file. I carry about 7 albums that are the highest quality I can get in digital form. I do carry 3 Outkast albums, Anderson .Paak, Big Crit, and R. Kelly. I know, don't say me. I got some R. Kelly on here.
No, I still.
You know what I mean? So I carry those ones, because when I listen to Outkast, I can't listen to Outkast brought to me by Spotify. Because that's to me, I feel like that is crapping all over Outkast and what they put into the music. In fact, I can't listen to my favorite rap group unless the quality then it's available, right? I can't do it. You know what I mean?
So you're really going to the mall and you're pulling up your own, like, a saved file of your music. You're not throwing up Spotify.
No, not for
you're not throwing up.
No, not for.
Wow.
Not for Sorry Miss Jackson. I don't think so.
Wow.
Not for no Sorry Miss Jackson. Not for that. You know what I mean? Look, when it comes to it, I don't know if you can see it on the camera here. Oh, you probably can't. It's too far away.
Barely.
But that's
that is bright too.
Yeah, that's Samsung. That's Outcast. That's Outcast, and that's FLAC, and that's.
Yeah, Josh, 320 is not good enough for Q.
No, not when
it comes to Outkast.
Not when it comes to Outkast and Anderson .Paak. Not when it comes to that. I listen to a little Wu-Tang on that. I listen to a little, Eric B on that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right?
Yo, where Fletcher?
You know what I mean? I'll do that. That's cool. You know what I mean? But listen, kid, I know when it comes to these things, I know my mind is weird, and I come up with this weird stuff that for us to talk about. But I'm glad I can talk to you about it, bro. You know what I'm saying, right?
Like I said, I used to be one of those guys where quality was above everything.
Yeah.
Like, I need the best of the best. And then, there's a point, it's like diminishing returns. There's a point where you don't, it's not enough. Like, you're not getting the feedback that you're putting in all the work,
right?
Or you're not really noticing you're spending $1,000 on gear to hear the best sounds, only to hear 10% more of the song. Right. It's just like, for me, for my field, for what I am as a person, it's not enough. It's not. I went back down to quality, the convenience.
Yeah, I think for certain things, I definitely think, like you said, there's a time and place for it. I think it depends on what you're passionate about. If you're passionate enough about it, you're gonna want to do it in high quality, right? If it's just you want to take a jog or whatever, exercise, and you want to throw that little mix on, that little midday mix that's brought to you by Spotify, and you want to listen to it, and 320, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just, I just feel like for people to accept it and to say, hey, listen, look, whatever, bro. It is what it's supposed to. I don't know. I didn't know it sounded bad. I didn't know you could listen to it even better. I ain't telling anybody to go around and buy $700 headphones and nothing like that, because I don't have a pair of $700 headphones. You know what I mean?
I used to. That was a good old days.
I'm just saying, appreciate, the stuff, because if you don't, it goes away, right? Because you don't give the people who created it. That's the reason why me and you both don't make YouTube videos no more, because people didn't appreciate the quality that we put into it. They didn't appreciate it.
I feel like that happened in the music career, because that's why we don't have people lasting longer than 2 years.
Right,
But that's another discussion.
Yeah. Right. You know what I mean? Josh, you're absolutely right. Talking about you only listen to music. You're damn right. You're absolutely right. And like, ain't no true words that have been spoken.
Hey, man.
For everybody who was looking... go ahead.
I would say I'm gonna put Q on the Chance the Rapper, Josh. Don't you worry. I got you.
We were trying with your Diplo and your. No, you was a big Skrillex guy, right? That's what you were.
Same Diplo and Skrillex. I was
okay. That was your joint right there. No, I'll pass.
I remember listening to that in Best Buy, man. That was a great time, bro. Great time.
Hey, so everybody who's looking for the Smart Guys Tech Podcast audio formats, episode 2 last week, and you couldn't find it, you wasn't going crazy. That was my fault. I thought I had everything going with the audio recording of the podcast. It kind of messed up on me. We didn't get it. But trust and be assured that episode 3, this episode right here, which obviously the video version of it is a little bit weird. So if you want to catch it again in higher fidelity and better quality, you can catch the audio versions of it in about 2 or 3 hours on your favorite podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Cast, all that cool stuff, Deezer, Stitcher, all that stuff, right? Keyan, it's been real, man.
Yo.
Let everybody know what's going on with you and how they can find you and what's going on with you. You can do all that. You can do it.
Hey, man. If you guys are seeing this show, you can follow me at my username on Twitter. Right below my name is Kosser. I might change it to Pink and Black so I can be Pink and Black everywhere. But if you're looking for me on Instagram or Facebook, it's Pink and Black Studios. Oh, sorry, Sherry, I didn't activate you. But yeah, man, if you're looking for me, I'm always talking tech. I'm always talking photography. And I'm always just talking about random stuff. So be sure to follow me anywhere you can find me. And that's about it. Q, where can they find you at?
Man, they can find me at biggqsworld on pretty much everything, on Instagram, on Twitter, on the Facebooks. Actually, my Instagram and Facebook pages are pretty interesting. If you want to go follow them, a lot of it is heavy Samsung. So if Samsung make you sick, you might want to. It's real heavy Samsung stuff. But also, like, anytime I discover anything or I find something interesting, I post some pretty interesting stuff. So if you guys want to see some cool, interesting things that kind of comes through my mind every once in a while, you can do that. Also, stay tuned for in 2 weeks we have the debut of me, Big Q, and the Missus, our brand new podcast called Shackled. It's a podcast about life and love.
Ooh, yes. I like that title.
I know, right? You don't have to fight for that title. She didn't like it at first. You know what I mean? I had to.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing with my lady. Yeah, man. I got a good title, and she's like, "Nah, we can't."
Oh, I had to sell that bad boy. I had to sell that one, for real. You know what I mean? So we got that going on, and the return next week of Bigg World podcast. So Bigg World is a little bit more zany than a smoke. I talk a little bit of tech stuff, but it's like basically it's like a personal, like kind of like a vlogish diary type of thing. People get called out, stuff that I feel like, one thing Big Q don't like is stupidity. So anything I find dumb and stupid in the world, I talk about it. You know what I mean? So all of that's going to be at my solo.to/biggqsworld. All the links are there. Actually, that link is in the description of wherever you're watching this podcast at right now. The link to my Solo 2 is there. You can see my Facebook, Instagram, podcast stuff. All that stuff is there. Keyan, it's been real, bro. It's been a good one.
Hey, it's been great. Everybody, you stay safe out there. Have fun with life. And do things that you care about.
Absolutely. And if everything works itself out okay, we'll see you guys for episode 3, and the return of Christina Robinson back to the podcast should be great. You know what I mean? Not Robinson. Johnson. I'm trying to put off on some other dude, right? Why keep on trying to put off some other dude?
Aaron gonna come after you, man.
She gonna kill me when she hear that. Anyway, we'll see y'all next week. Y'all take it easy. Peace. Okay, let's see here. Oh, here? Uh-oh. Let's mute those. And come on. Oh, I can start the recording. Boom. Get there.